What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 140 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network, and today is Wednesday, July 15th, 2020. I'm your host, Ken Pescator, joined by my co-host, Adam Tuttle.
Hello.
Adam, hello. What's up? How are you?
I'm doing
What's
awesome.
going on? Great.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
That's good.
It's great. It's tubular. Tubular.
Is it totally tubular?
Totally
Does your
tubular,
tubular
dude.
have alliteration associated with it?
I've got my sunshades on. I'm going to the beach.
Yo, man, we're almost at GoFest, and shit is happening in the game at a very quick pace.
So quick.
It's great. There's a lot going on.
If you were the Flash,
And-
I don't think you'd be able to catch up. Just saying.
Sonic speed. It's like you need to be Sonic, got to go fast, but no, there's a lot. So what we're going to do today is, as per usual, we're going to recap the events of the week, and we had the GoFest Weekly Challenge Battle, which just concluded a little while ago. We had the Team Go Rocket Takeover. We had the release of Jesse and James. We have a bunch of new Shadow Pokemon. We had Zubat Spotlight Hour. We had Kyurem Raid Hour. A lot of shit this week. And next week is going to be very busy as well. We've got the GoFest Weekly Challenge for Friendship. We've got the summer-themed event coming back. We've got Gastly Community Day. There's a lot going on the schedule.
Pure
so
mayhem.
it's a lot, and it makes the days go really, really fast, and they've done an amazing job of just ramping up for GoFest, which is, a week and a half away. It's very, very exciting. Cannot wait. Remote raid invites are here. Like, finally.
I mean, we knew it was coming. We just didn't know when it was coming.
It was supposed to come in June. If you remember, that was the whole thing. Like, in the beginning of June, there was the announcement saying, like, hey, this month, remote raid invites will be here. And then a couple days before the end of the month, they said, actually, there's something still screwed up. We're going to have to delay this. And then, kind of out of nowhere, they just dropped it on us. Here they are. It started rolling out for level 40 trainers today. And by the end of day today, they got it down to about level 32, and they put a kibosh on it, and they said, we're going to let the game stabilize, and we'll get back to it. So we'll talk about all that and our experiences with it. I got to raid with Adam today. Very, very excited about it.
And I got to raid with Ken today.
This was awesome, man. I had an amazing time raiding. So we'll get into that. We'll do a little Arlo counter guide. Now that we have new Shadow Pokemon and, a lot more stuff going on with Team Go Rocket, our leaders have been refreshed. So we'll go over the next 3 weeks. We'll talk about a different leader and ultimately back to Giovanni. And again, that's going to start. That stuff will rotate over time anyway. So, but we'll get into the leaders because they have all new Pokemon lineups now, and they're difficult. They can kick your ass. So we'll make sure you're prepared for that. PokeMiners did an APK of the now rolled out 0.181.0. And even though that this is live, there's still a lot of stuff that's kind of in the back end, giggity, that has not, been pushed to the game yet. So we'll talk about all that hidden stuff, and got some miscellaneous news. We got a couple emails. We'll get into that stuff towards the end of the show. But Adam, why don't you start first with recapping everything that we had going on during the week? We've got a lot here.
Oh, you mean the battle challenge?
The weekly challenge battle.
Man,
yes.
This event has to have been my favorite by far. The event started on Friday, July 10th, and has wrapped up since we're recording this. It featured Dark and Poison type Pokemon in the wild, eggs, and in raids, as well as Team Go Rocket-based research tasks. The Elite Battle Challenge had you battling 15 grunts, 5 leaders, as well as Giovanni.
Yes, Giovanni is back. Woo woo.
Yes, yeah, right? I so hyped for it. I was so excited. I was very nervous to take him on, but I beat him. I got it. To tie everything together, the Team Go Rocket balloons were deployed, and they brought the grunts straight to you.
Yeah, this was awesome.
The leaders, Giovanni, and in one of the coolest crossovers we've ever seen, we got Jesse and James from the anime flying in a Meowth balloon.
So good,
and
dude.
I'm so
it's so good.
It's so good because you get 2 grunts that get defeated, so it's like you almost like have to, yeah. And Ekans and Coughing can be shiny, so it's like why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want that chance?
They're kind of pushovers, though. They're kind of weak.
They really are. They really are.
But if you think about it, Ash, even as a 10-year-old with no experience, was able to like mop the floor with them from the beginning. So
and I think they wanted that feeling, that vibe of, wow, they're actually not that tough. Whereas some of the grunts, depending on what they bring, they can be challenging.
Yeah, well, think about the anime where it's like they run up on Ash, and Ash is not like, oh my god, we have to be nervous here. It's more like, oh, you again? Like, all right. So that's kind of how I feel when I see them. It's like, all right, cool. We'll just get through this really quick. But I just fucking love that they're here. I love it.
I just wish at the end Meowth would jump out. And
that's
be like,
right.
That's right. And then you get to battle him.
Oh man, they need to do a Meowth event.
Yes.
I was really hoping for VO in general, but the animation is really cool. You see the Meowth balloon, and they show. Well, first of all, what do you think of the design of Jesse and James? Because they're very stylized.
Yes, they're just beautiful. Like we watch the anime, every week, and it's refreshing that they get a lot of love. There was no expense, or no punches pulled in getting them to look like Jesse and James.
I love that they show like different screens, and it kind of goes through the motto. Like it starts with Jesse, then goes back, and it's like I can't help but read it in their voices.
Exactly, exactly.
I love that about it, and they just look freaking great. And
my favorite detail is in the Meowth balloon, is how in the daytime it's just a bright Meowth balloon, but at nighttime it's got all the shading right.
Yeah,
it
like
looks
glows.
it looks
the
like it's
lighting
glowing
on it
from the
amazing.
moon. Yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah. This was very welcomed, and I'm not sure if this was something that has always been in the cards, or if this was something with balloons that was kind of in response to the play from home stuff that we've had. I don't know, but it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Right.
I love it.
And I think it's something that they can adjust when the time comes to, get back out there.
Sure.
They can adjust it, once a day a balloon comes. You know what I mean? Just so you're not missing out completely, but it's not like there's like 4 or 5 a day,
Yeah, right now it's once every 3 hours. If you're in the same spot, it's once every 3 hours. And if you're moving around, you can encounter more. You could just be playing from home, and you're guaranteed to get balloons. So it's phenomenal.
Right.
It brings the game to you. Yeah.
That's the only way I was able to. No, I mean, I did go out a little bit, but that was the only way I was basically able to complete it. I was like, do I have to buy a rocket radar? And then all of a sudden the Meowth balloon showed up, and they were able to get the last 2 components to make the radar. And then I was just waiting that next 3 hours to get the last one. I was like, oh man, I'm so nervous. And I was like, I'm just going to go out and get it before I have to deal with anything. I went out, all grunts. I didn't see any leaders. I was like, I don't understand this.
Wow.
Went home. The second I pulled in and like opened my game, boom, I got the leader, completed the task, was good to go.
Nice.
But they also spice things up. We saw a bunch of new Shadow Pokemon, including both the Nidorans, male and female, Machop, Gligar, Shuckle, Stunky, and a ton of other ones. Awesome. I enjoy this to no end. Because we also got Machop.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was...
Yeah, it's on new? I put it. Yeah, it's definitely new. I put it on the list there. But the Machamp, a Shadow Machamp in PvP, man, it fills some holes. Like there's.
Listen, I have a Shadow Machop that is a 100% as a Shadow.
That's tight. Never purify that. That's just
so
a cool collectible. That is really cool. That is really, really cool.
But like Ken was alluding to earlier, we're going to put together a little team leader guide over the next few weeks just to, because their lineups have changed, and I wasn't ready for it. I will tell you what I wasn't ready for, again, as well as not being ready for this, is Arlo. He has a Pineco. He came at me. He was like, yo, bro, I like my one piece of hair in my face. And I was like, I got this. I battled him. I got a freaking shiny Pineco.
That's
my
so
first
great.
Shadow shiny Pokemon.
That's so
was
great.
the Pineco.
That's so.
I was like shaking in the car. I was like, "This is freaking awesome!" My son was with me, so I kept it PG. But its IVs are like really good too. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously if I purified it or whatnot, but it's like, it's just so cool.
No, that's
Did
awesome.
you get anything? Did you get anything cool? Oh, hold on. Let me just keep talking about myself for a second. I caught an Ekans. If I purify, it's 100%. So I've got 100% if I do that. I caught the Machop, which is 100% shiny Shadow. Not shiny Shadow, just a regular Shadow. Caught the shiny Pineco, and then I caught a shiny Alolan Meowth.
Yeah, you were on fire there. That was like in rapid succession.
This event. Oh, and I got a 98.7% Shadow Weezing, like for PvP in Great League. Boom. I am happy as can be. I'm a happy camper.
Yeah, that's awesome. I ended up getting a non-Shadow, but I did get a shiny Ekans in the wild, which was great. And I go plussed a Sunkern shiny, like out of nowhere.
Oh, that feels bad, man.
Which was really cool because, I mean, I've already had it, you know what I mean? But it's always exciting when you go plus something and then look back in your inventory and you're like, oh shit, fucking shiny's there. Like, how did that happen? So that was really cool. But
that is always and only ever happened realistically with like EVs. EVs are like the one thing that I go plus and I don't even recognize it.
I don't know.
I mean, it's not a problem, like a bad problem to have, but it happens.
Yeah, no, I absolutely love the Go Battle Elite, the Elite Battle Challenge. That whole thing was a lot of fun. I loved having to like really go out and grind to complete all the stuff with the grunts. I love doing the grunts, so I was really excited about this. And I didn't even play for the, I'll talk about it in a minute here, but the battle event where things were kind of really, the frequency was coming up a lot more. But I had my rocket radar, my super rocket radar, and I went through fucking 12 grunts, decoys, before getting to Giovanni.
Oh, man, you told me about that. I was like, no way, no way.
This is what was happening. So I get out there, I'm getting grunt after grunt after grunt. I'm like, fuck this. I'm going out and I'm just doing rocket stops. I'm like, I'm going to make this happen. I want to finish this research now. And I go out and I'm not seeing any balloons, like nothing. And everything else that was like physical stops was grunts. So I'm in the Discord and of course I'm venting and I'm bitching and I'm like, man, I've been playing for fucking 2 hours and I haven't had a balloon. And then Adrock in the Discord's like, just restart your game. He's like, that's what I did, and fucking Giovanni flew right down to the balloon. Sure as shit.
He came down on a rope and was like,
I
Ken, I heard you were looking for me.
I restarted the game.
I wore my special cologne just for you.
The balloon comes. I'm like, I swear if this is fucking Giovanni, I click on it, bam, Giovanni. I was like, motherfucker. And dude, and it was a tough battle. And we won't get into it now, the lineup. We'll talk about that in coming time. But even the Persian that he starts with was very OP. Like it was fucking me up. So they've done a good job of rebalancing this a little bit and putting a little bit more challenge into it. But let's talk about the takeover. So the takeover itself, they never officially called it a takeover. They just kind of alluded to it that in that one post where they said, we hope it doesn't take over too much of your time. And then in one of the later posts, they said that Team Go Rocket is taking over the stops from this time, but they never said, hey, this is a Team Go Rocket takeover like they did last time, which I thought was a little weird. But this past Sunday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., everything was just higher frequency. Grunts on the ground, balloons, Meowth balloons. You also got double Stardust for defeating the grunts and balloons. And we had the opportunity to TM away frustration again, which was great. So it was very important for you to defeat Giovanni prior to that battle event. So if you got your Suicune, you can TM away frustration. And we'll revisit this in a minute when we go through the listener emails towards the end of the show. We'll revisit that topic. But I made sure I did my Entei and my Suicune. So now it's like all of the existing, Shadow Legendaries that I have TM'd frustration away, which is good. Yesterday, we also had Zubat Spotlight Hour with double Evolution XP, and we had Kyurem Raid Hour today. This month has been insane. Kyurem Raid Hour was phenomenal because of the remote raid invites. We'll talk about that in a minute. But it's been a very, very busy 2 weeks. And even though this is the final week leading up to GoFest, it's not going to slow down completely, but we have bigger events because we have our friendship event, but then we have Gastly Community Day also, which remember is a 6-hour event. So let's get you prepped on this last week. So the GoFest Weekly Challenge Friendship, it starts this Friday the 17th, 8 a.m., goes through Wednesday the 22nd, 10 p.m. local time. We're once again going to have those 3 sets of timed research that will ultimately lead to encounters with Alolan Raichu and the debut of Petalil, which is exciting. New Pokemon is always good. Just like the previous challenges, if 1 million trainers from each team complete that timed research during that window, they unlock additional spawns for the GoFest weekend. Instinct will unlock Togetic, Mystic will unlock Dratini, and Valor will unlock Litwick. All
Come on,
solid
Instinct.
Pokemon.
We need that evolution.
These are all good.
Extra XP. No, Stardust. Extra Stardust. Stardust. We want it. We're gonna have star pieces on all day, every day, for both days of GoFest. So get it.
Give it to us. But like newer players, they want the Dragonites. So I mean, this is exciting for them because they're going to be able to get the Dratini. And Litwick is potentially a holdout Pokemon for a lot of people. And Chandelure has some viability in raids and some viability in PvP and also against the leaders. So Litwick is another one that's really valuable. So completing all 3 sets of these will unlock the Friendship Challenge. Adam, I think you called it last week, and we don't know what the Elite Challenge is going to be like, but I bet you it's going to have something to do with Buddy Hearts. Earn like a stupid amount of Buddy Hearts during that window. So
you'll probably have to change your buddy all 20 times to
oh man,
make sure to get it, and you'll probably have to get all the hearts filled for every single one of those 20 buddies.
I don't know, man. That would be
get your berries ready.
That would be stupidly insane, but I mean, it's even hard
get
for
your
me right now.
Get your walking shoes on and your berries ready,
dude. To do like spin a new Pokestop, like that's a pain in the ass for me. It's like the only way I'm able to do that is if I add the stops myself. Like nothing in my fucking area has a halo anymore. So it's like that's really hard to do. But
Wayfair.
I know, dude. I got a bunch of shit pushed through this week. I'm very excited. New gym right by my mom's house. It's great. Anyway, all right. So like I said, friendship stuff. We don't know what this really means because it's not associated with the type, but in addition to the friendship thing, the summer-themed event is coming back, and I put the word summery. We're going to have summery type Pokemon in the wild, in eggs, and in raids. I don't know what the fuck that means. Maybe flower-based stuff. Who knows? But we're also going to see the release of Shiny Bellsprout, which is fantastic. So we have Shiny Bellsprout and Petalil coming out during this week. Petalil will be in the wild and in 5K eggs. Summer-style Pikachu coming back. I mean, it is what it is. It's a chance at getting the shiny, which is rare, so that's always fun. And next Tuesday, the 21st, we have Oddish Spotlight Hour with Double Catch Stardust. So, some people might not necessarily be interested in the Oddish, but pretty much everybody's going to be interested in the Double Stardust. And then Wednesday, we'll have what will most likely be our final Kyurem Raid Hour. And when we talk about the data mine, we're going to give we might have a hint of what Pokemon we might see next in 5-star raids, which is really cool. Oh, and then finally, Gastly Community Day is this Sunday, which features quarter hatch distance, 3-hour incense. Gengar can learn Shadow Punch, which it's a little anticlimactic, but there is an optional $1 story research called the Great Gastly, which is a fucking knockout of a name. So good.
The Great Gastly.
I know, dude. So fucking good. And it's currently in the shop for $1 or, whatever that translates to.
Well, I'm sitting on a 100% Haunter right now, so this is going to be an easy day for me.
You've had that forever, haven't you?
Yep.
Nice.
Because I knew they were going to have an event at some point, at some time.
You were like, it's going to be every Halloween. You're like, it's going to be Gastly Community Day.
Yeah, thanks everyone for voting for Gastly. We could have waited until October, okay? Thank you very much.
Yeah. Oh, the Elite Fast TM bundle back in the shop. So if that's your thing and you want to spend $12.80 to get that Elite Fast TM and some other goodies, go for it. It's in the shop. So I've just been really enjoying these weekly challenges. I hope to some degree that this always continues because we've got our daily stuff. We've got our research stamp for the day. We've got our daily box now. We've got our daily Pokemon now. We've got stuff to do daily. We've got stuff to do weekly. I hope these time challenges continue. I just think that this is an amazing way to keep people engaged in the game. Very, very, very freaking cool. I've really, really been enjoying it. And I look forward to Gastly Community Day. It's, Community Day is always great. So can't wait. All
Can't wait.
Adam, what do we got
Speaking of
here?
Waiting.
Yeah. What are we waiting for? What are we waiting for?
Well, the announcement that we've been waiting for, which seems like forever, was the release of Remote Raid invites, which happened earlier today. Literally, I was watching your stream with G2G Media, and it dropped, and during the stream, I feel like the stream just kind of like fizzled out, and we just started talking about the raids.
I messaged them afterwards. I was like, "Yeah, we kind of stopped doing. We did a review party to celebrate G2G's 1 year anniversary. Congrats, guys, on the 1 year. But we ended up just because I knew in the back of my head it was coming. These guys didn't know." So I'm like, yo, we might have to talk about something in a minute. It was like, boom, it happened. And yeah, we were like, we just stopped reviewing, stopped doing shit. And it's like, I swear, man, my phone was so hot because it was just notifications were just like, blah, 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 blah. It was like non-fucking
who's inviting
stop.
Who? Does anybody see any raids?
I know.
Invite
so
me,
cool.
invite me.
It was so awesome. I'm so hyped on it, man.
I just remember kind of like, because as I was watching, you guys kind of just stopped reviewing and stopped talking ish. You guys kind of were just like
scanning Twitter,
and yeah, and because you were like, oh, let me make a post, and then you're like, Adam, are you still in the chat? We got a raid, and I'm just like, yes, let's go.
It was great.
But yeah, so starting with level 40 trainers and ending today with trainers level 32 and up, and I'm sure by the time you hear this, it'll be down to level like 5 or something. But they did an amazing job at keeping things stable because I haven't seen too many complaints. Some important stuff to remember is that through the end of the month, remote raiders are doing the same amount of damage as in-person raiders. An in-person raider can invite up to 5 friends, and a maximum of 10 remote raiders can be in a raid at the same time, which means at the end of the month, your remote raiders are going to do half damage. So
is it
half?
Will be did they say
there's
half?
Going to be a need,
or is it just reduced?
I think it's reduced.
It's definitely reduced, but I don't think they've ever come out and said half damage. I just know it's going to be reduced damage. I don't know how much.
I'm sure it will be a struggle. You won't be able to duo this with like your friends.
No, 20. I'd imagine 25% less. I can't imagine it doing 50% less.
Yeah, we had an experience today with remote raid passes.
Hell yeah, I was in Red Bank for a raid hour.
Yep, and you were like, "Are you ready?" And I'm just like, "Yep." And I know right before that, Josh from the Special Conditions podcast, he was like, "Adam, you want to raid?" And him and his partner Val, they all joined in. We were in with Atari Alex, and we were able to take it down, like the 4 of us. So that was awesome. Mine ran on me, so not awesome. And yeah, my first one ran on me. The second one we did during the stream, I caught that one, and then the third one ran on me, and then all the others I pretty much caught during the raid hour. But as soon as it hit 7, it was just kind of like everybody was done. Nobody wanted to.
Well, how did it go for you? Because things were, the game was stable, but there were some issues, and I think the first 2 invites I sent you couldn't get in, right? Like the first
I couldn't get in at all.
So
I then restarted, and then I could get in, but it was just like, I think the game just didn't recognize that I was trying, like, that it was available.
So I'll tell you my experiences, and I think it's the same thing that happened to you. So I was out driving. I don't know what I was doing, but I got a message from Owens the Prince, and he's in England. And he messages me. He's like, "Yo, you want to do this?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" So he sends me the invite, and when I click on the invite, it shows the gym for a second, and then it says, "Walk closer to this gym." I'm like, the fucking gym is in England. Like,
it's a remote raid pass.
Right?
Come on.
Like, so it was a little fucked up. He's like, "All right, let me resend." So when he resends it, it's the same gym, same raid, but in the request queue, his old request was still there. The old invite was still there. So I see 2 of the same raids stacked on top of each other. I try to go in, says, walk closer. Fuck. Does it a 3rd time. So now I have 3 invites stacked on top of each other, all the same raid, and I couldn't get in. I did a restart, finally got in, completed the raid. It was phenomenal. So much fun. When you defeat a raid, wherever the actual raid is, that Pokemon will have that location stamp. So I now have a Kyurem that's stamped from, his hometown, which he thought was really cool, and so do I. Then weather, like if it's boosted or not, again, based on the local area. And so we had that issue with walk closer to the gym. I've seen that a couple times, people talking about that. But for me, I spent my raid hour inviting people to every single raid I did. And I ended up doing 14. And I was inviting people the entire time. So it was definitely an adjustment because, when you have a big ass party like I did, we had 20-something people on foot. What would end up happening is people would start filling the lobby. I'd go in, I'd manually search for the 5 people I want to add, and I'm doing it. I pick this person, pick this person, and then I hit submit, and it says, you can't do it, the raid is full. I'm like, motherfucker, I was too slow. So then I go back out, have to start a second lobby that's fresh. I mean, obviously Kyurem is a pushover, so it's no big deal. But the fact that when the rooms fill up, it took an adjustment. So then what I learned to do, and this is probably a good pro tip, is even if you want to invite 5 people, invite them 1 at a time. That way you can get those people in. If there's only 3 spots left, you can get at least 3 in, and you don't have to worry about selecting all 5 and then getting nobody in because it says the room is full. So I think when people are invited to a room that ends up filling up, they'll get an error on their side that says like there's no more room in the group, or the room not found, something like that. But
yeah, because that happened to me. Okay. For a lot of them too.
Yeah, and I got burned on one of them because it's like I thought there was going to be more people in the raid. There's this ongoing bug, and I don't know if you've experienced this, where when you're in a lobby, you'll see the number, but you won't see anyone's avatars, their names, nothing. It's just blank. I don't know if you've run across that. Like I've seen it where
that. I know like the avatars are like discolored.
Or black, like a silhouette. Yeah, I was seeing nothing. So it's like I'm inviting people and I'm like, fuck, I don't know if they're in here or not. I was like, and I didn't want to keep jumping between, man, it's like if there was a fucking in-game chat, it'd be a game changer. So it's like I'm toggling between Twitter and Discord and I'm trying to coordinate all this stuff. And it's like I come to the realization like, fuck, now the lobby seems short. Where it's like before the lobby timer is like a drag, right? Now it's like I'm trying to do this invite and get the people in time. And it's people were joining in off my invites and there was like 15, 16 seconds left on the clock.
Yep.
So it was like
that happened almost every single time.
It was close.
Everyone that I joined, it was under 60 seconds.
Wow. Yeah, it was very close. But for the first day and for the first rollout, I was fucking astonished at how well it worked. It was great. And I got to do, 3 or 4 international raids, which was phenomenal. I did a bunch of local raids that were just out of my area. Man, I can only imagine how much fucking money Niantic made today with people buying remote raid passes. And the amount of people complaining saying, please allow us to hold more remote raid passes. We want to buy more. Because what kills me is if you run out of raid passes and you're in a raid or you try to accept it, you can't buy it from that screen. You have to back all the way back out and go into the store. Like little quality of life thing that they need to allow us to.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I would change is like the ability to buy pass. Because like I had to back out. I know I did. I bought 3 at the beginning and I think I purchased 3 more sets.
Me too. I did that about the same as well. So, but it is a little annoying when you have to back all the way out and then go all the way back in. It's like, it would be nice if you could just do it from that same screen where it says like you're out of raid passes. Let me buy them right there. Let me buy the bundle, not like take me to the shop or buy one single pass. Like just allow me to do it like that. And I understand they want to limit it. They don't want this to be the main way people raid, but people are fucking hungry for this. And I mean, it was amazing to see Discord just popping off. Like, it was just going nuts, and everyone was going nuts. And I was able to like put a tweet up like, hey guys, I'm going to be doing some raids, who wants to join? And it's like all these people messaging me, and I'm able to pull them in. I raided that Jane Silent Bob's secret stash, so I was able to get a bunch of fans in so they could have that gym badge. It was just really, really fucking cool. So I was I was floored.
In my circle, I know, like in my group, there's a little bit of negativity with, so one of the quotes I'll just say, he uses like, let me know when they change it to Pokemon Stay at Home.
Oh, see, that's what Niantic doesn't want. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
You don't want to get people too used to this, but think about people that don't have cars, don't have gyms near them, don't have big parties to go out raiding with. I mean, this could be their only way to do it. So for those people, this is amazing.
And then it's the community aspect with you. If you're in Red Bank all the time and you're like, yo, Adam, I'm going out for 2 hours. Do you want me to hit you up if, I find a Kyurem or two? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
No, I sent you
I
sent you the picture of my nearby, and there's 12 eggs. It's like, it's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like, I at most would have like 1 or 2. I mean, obviously if it's the raid hour, I've got like 3 spaced out here and there, but it never looks like that.
Yeah, it's like my phone is blowing up right now. I should answer this call. The AR Fam Raiders is calling as a group chat right now. Should I answer it on the air?
I guess so. Go for it.
Let's see who it is. Oh, they hung up. It was probably a butt dial, because I butt dialed them earlier today too. Because it's like that chat has been just fucking blowing up. Like JC Picks, Ash, Bobby, like all those guys are just going nuts fucking raiding together, which is so amazing. I put together a spreadsheet for them with everyone's friend codes. Like, the community is mobilizing. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty awesome. I'm absolutely loving it.
Like, this is positive, and it's like right now, yes, we just don't know what the future holds. And I've been battling with like myself, like, I'm going to work. I'm going back to work. My son's going into daycare. I don't know what his school is going to be like. I'm like terrified because I just don't know. Like, that's like, as a parent, like, I just don't know what the right call is. I don't know what to do, and we don't know what the future is. So them giving us this ability to communicate with our friends who we would normally be out there like hanging out with, raiding with, you can't be that close anymore. So, there's that scale, like, what do we do, and when we do have at the end of the month, like it will adjust. There will be like whoever's raiding remotely isn't going to do enough damage. So you're going to need friends with you. You're going to need people physically there.
Right.
So it will balance itself out. And just right now, I understand, like, it's just the hype overload is real. And yes, we can sit at home, but that's also what we should be doing right now.
Right.
So
when the time comes and the damage, goes down, it's like, but I mean, if I have 6 people in the lobby, myself plus 5 people that I invite, and they're all level 40 with stacked fucking counters, it's like every raid is possible at any time. It's like there's never going to be a raid, and this is a little selfish and very specific to our situation, but as creators, we have a shit ton of people that we could play with from around the world at any given time. So it's like,
exactly,
we pretty much never have to have a situation where we would miss out on a raid because there's no one to do it with. And now that you could see when the people are online, like, I'm getting random fucking raid requests all the time, all day today. Like, people are sending me
and if
fucking...
you want to go shiny hunting and you just find every single Timber or Shanks or Clinks, you know what I mean? Like, you could go shiny hunting with somebody. You could say, you go physically in your area, I'll go physically in my area. We'll link up whenever we find something.
Yeah, it's awesome.
There's just so much potential in this. So, like, right now, yes, stay at home, raid. That's what it's for. In the future, what happens in the wintertime?
Well,
when it's 6 feet of snow.
Yeah.
And there's somebody that can see a raid, but I'm not going to risk my life driving my car in the town's like, don't go out driving.
You also have to remember
accident.
too that raid passes, remote raid passes are discounted right now. So those prices are going up. So you don't want to get too used to this being the norm because this is going to be gated by price.
And that's probably the reason why they can't allow you to have more than 3.
Well, they got to gate it somehow. They have to control the economy. They have to control a lot of different things with this. Because if you just get too complacent, like you said, it's going to be the Pokemon stay at home. People don't want to fucking leave. But, I mean, I'm driving home from raid hour, 6 to 7 on the East Coast. So the next time zone over, Chicago time zone, I get an invite from Terry Wolf. I jump into the raid. It's him, Legendary Moo, and GoCast Chris in the fucking raid. I'm like,
that's awesome.
I'm like, holy shit. I'm fucking battling with my friends. Like, it was amazing.
I didn't get an invite, Terry.
Yeah.
Borderline pissed.
And then, we're here. We did our patron Zoom call right before we recorded this, and Zoe Two Dots sends me a fucking invite, and it's well past when raids stop in my area. So it's like the fact that you can
it's
raid
5 o'clock somewhere, right?
I know, man. It's so cool. Like, fucking kudos to Niantic. They did it. Like, this is a game changer, and I look forward to where this goes. And no, people, regionals will never be raid bosses, so get over that. Like, that'll never happen. But the fact that, if you have the money to fucking spend on the passes, like, I'll do a timber with you. It doesn't have to be a legendary, but I'll do a timber with you. I just think that from the community aspect, this is amazing. As creators, we can really do a lot more cool stuff with streaming with the community because we can schedule people and say, hey, I'm going to do raid hour from 6 to 7. You need to be ready from 6 to 6:30. I'll call on you and we'll do these raids together. Like, it's really cool to see. I'm really loving it. All right, next up, let's do a little Arlo counter guide here. And what we'll do is every week for the next 3 weeks, we'll cover a different team leader.
Arlo counter guide. Ooh, ooh. Arlo counter guide. Ooh, ooh.
We'll start with him because he has emo hair. But as Adam mentioned earlier, we've got a ton of new Shadow Pokemon, including new Shadow Shinies from the leaders, as well as Jesse and James. And like I said, Jesse and James are total wimps. Like, they're as easy as grunts, if not easier.
And it's nice that they call you twerps, too.
They do
like
call
that,
you twerps.
That small touch.
Yeah. But Ekans and Koffing can be shiny. And as for the leaders, there's a few combinations of Pokemon that might give you some trouble. So we're going to review the lineups, talk about the best Pokemon to counter them, and this info coming from PokemonGoHub.net. Okay, Arlo will always open with Pineco. So that's a little bit odd. You don't really see that too much. And it's his hump Pokemon could be Charizard, Blastoise, or Steelix. And he will close with Scizor, Dragonite, or Salamence. So quite diverse. And I like how they did this from a balancing perspective because there's really no safe party. Because one might do well against the first Pokemon, but then could be super could take super effective damage from the second Pokemon. Like, they really make you think about it. But we'll talk about each individual Pokemon here and what we recommend bringing. And I pretty much agree with GoHub's recommendations, except for one spot, and I'll call that out. But to counter Pineco, just bring fire. Chandelure, Darmanitan, Blaziken, anything with double fire moves and stab is going to be good. Now, for the middle Pokemon, this is when things get a little weird, because depending on what he brings is what is going to dictate what you want to bring. So, obviously, if you start with your fire Pokemon and he carries over to the second Pokemon and he brings a Blastoise, you're going to get wrecked. However, if he brings you say, okay, I'll bring a grass Pokemon for Blastoise. But then if he brings a Charizard, he's going to fuck up your grass Pokemon. So it's like you might have to do a couple bits of trial and error here to figure out what the lineup actually is. But that hump Pokemon, Charizard, Blastoise, or Steelix. I fucking hate battling Steelix. Steelix is a pain in my ass. I cannot stand it. But anyway.
I'd say just that combination alone is a pain in the ass.
Of what?
Trying to figure out which one to, counter, and then
it's trial and error because you'll never know. It's like, I mean, you could bring for Charizard and Blastoise, you could bring like, Gina from our Discord community. She was like, bring a fucking electric Pokemon. Like, yeah, that's a good call. Bring Zapdos, bring a Raikou, something like that. But when Steelix comes around, like, what the fuck are you gonna do? It's like you gotta think about this. Now, you might be able to bring an electric Pokemon and then put the fire Pokemon that you defeated Pineco with off to the side and bring that back in for Steelix, or have a standalone fire Pokemon just to counter Steelix. So that you're going to have to do trial and error. But I definitely appreciate that rock, paper, scissors of the lineup. And then for the final Pokemon, you have Scizor, Dragonite, Salamence. So 2 dragons here, and Scizor the bug type. For Scizor, you could bring fire, right? So again, this could do well if you have your fire Pokemon that you defeated Pineco with, or if you had Steelix and you had 2 fire Pokemon, this might carry over well if he has Scizor. But now for Dragonite, just bring fucking Dialga, and for Salamence, GoHub says bring a Smackdown Crunch Tyranitar. Okay, I could deal with that. So there's a lot of diversity in his lineup, so there really isn't a go-to. Like with Sierra or Cliff prior, you could say, all right, I'm bringing Lucario and 2 Machamps and just fucking plow through it. Giggity. But here it seems like you really have to put a little bit more thought and, lose a couple times to figure out what's going on here. So that way you can pick the right Pokemon.
And I am definitely guilty of losing a couple times.
Yeah. I've lost many times, and when we get to talking about Giovanni, man, I was getting fucking wrecked because he had Garchomp. It was fucking killing me. Unfortunately, I'll skip that. I already said it. So to summarize here, Pineco, bring fire like Chandelure, Darmanitan, Blaziken. For Charizard, you want to bring some rock because it's double weak. GoHub recommends Regirock and Golem, but I can't see you going wrong with a Smackdown Stone Edge Tyranitar, which most people will have. So that's the one thing that I was surprised that they didn't put Tyranitar in there. Blastoise, you want to bring grass. They have Virizion on top. Venusaur would even work well. For Steelix, they which again, total pain in the ass in my book, I would bring Heatran or something with double fire moves. Scizor, bring some more fire like Blaziken or Charizard. Dragonite, bring Dialga or that Smackdown Crunch Tyranitar for Salamence. But let us know what you're going to bring. I think that this is going to be a little bit of an adjustment. I think the last iteration of the team leaders was pretty fucking easy, especially Sierra. So these seem to be a little bit tougher and require you to do a little bit more strategizing and team building, which I could definitely appreciate.
It's a lot more fun because you don't know, like, you're just trying to win. You're like, I need this for this task. Like,
Give
how do
me
I
challenge.
beat them?
I want the challenge.
I think the switch with the task that we had, where like we needed to defeat 5 of them, like that was just a push, like that factor that you needed to get it done.
Hell yeah.
That simple push. And it was like, you knew you needed to get this done, so I need to figure this out fast.
I'm thoroughly enjoying the rocket stuff. Now that there's the balloons, it just makes it that much more exciting. Now that they have new Pokemon, like because I'm running the living decks, so it's like I'm excited to battle everybody. I'm excited to keep them, purify, like all that stuff. It's been great. These like sub mechanics of the main game have really been driving people to stay engaged, myself included. So loving it. Just absolutely fucking loving this shit. All right, Adam, why don't you talk about 0.181.0 data mine from PokeMiners?
Hold on, let me just get my hard hat on. Ka-ching! Because we're going in the mines.
Woohoo!
With the PokeMiners data mine of 0.181.0, as Ken said. But before we dive into the APK, just a quick reminder that none of the following information is approved by Niantic and can be changed at any time. Also, data mining is in a direct violation of the terms of service. So it's like a no-no.
Naughty.
So while 0.181.0 is rolled out, there are still some hidden gems found in the code. First is of a phenomenal new loading screen, which really shows a cool perspective of Pokemon being in our world while we are at home.
I love this loading screen, dude. So good.
Yeah,
so
and I really
good.
love that they introduced Kecleon in it. I'm super stoked.
We talked about it last week, dude. Kecleon confirmed.
Kecleon confirmed. I love it. Thank you, Niantic. We also see some new Galarian forms in the code, like Ponyta, Rapidash, Mr. Mime, Corsola, Yamask, Slowpoke, Slowbro. So that's exciting. The Gofest Badge has been added, which along with some of the Gofest assets, like the Challenge Hub, that will be used to track the progress for the Gofest global stuff. Victini's move, Create, is in the code, as well as a special encounter screen for it. Maybe it's going to be something like Celebi.
Yeah, remember that where they had like that whole all the musical Pokemon singing and all that stuff? Maybe there's something cool.
Yeah,
like that.
I really hope there's more musical Pokemon and singing with Victini. No, I don't. I just hope it like comes out of like flames or something. That'd be sick. We are already seeing the Souvenir Pikachu visor live in game, which I just got earlier.
Nice.
But there was also Souvenir confetti added, so that's exciting. Grab that GoFest confetti. Give me that. I need that. Some new effects were added, like different types of confetti and even fireworks.
Yeah, this is just like lines of code, so who the fuck knows what that means?
Yeah. A few other back-end things were added, like a city challenge and some Pokedex changes for shiny Pokemon. That's cool. That could be just tiny quality of life updates. The quality of life update has already been added to make raid passes be consumed only when the raid starts and not when you join the lobby. Kudos.
Yeah, well, I know.
Kudos.
People were waiting for that forever, and now with remote raid invites, that's more important than ever. Because you can join the lobby to gauge interest and show people that you're interested, and if the clock is getting down and no one's joining, you could just fucking bail and you keep your pass. That's awesome. So I alluded to at the top of the show that, you know, next Wednesday will probably be the last Kyurem raid hour. We don't know what's coming next, but it is leading right into the GoFest weekend. So it wasn't listed in the actual APK mine of 0.181.0. However, PokeMiners did find in the traffic assets for Shadow Mewtwo. Fucking
not exciting.
What you wanted the different Shadow Mewtwo with the crystals?
Shiny Mew.
Oh,
I just
God.
want shiny Mew. I'm gonna ride that. I'll be wrong,
clearly,
but I'm going to ride it.
You're clearly riding
until
it
after GoFest
for a fucking year. Jeez Louise. But no, Shadow Mewtwo is in the code. Very, very freaking cool. There was also some other kind of tiny stuff they found with, like, what was it? A new animation or a new something for your buddy happiness level. There was like a new happy level of friendship. It's just, there's a lot happening, and I'm excited to see how this shit rolls out and if it's going to roll out and push prior to GoFest. Because if Kyurem goes away on the 22nd and Shadow Mewtwo steps in, maybe they can do something exciting with that for GoFest. Who knows? You know, I don't want to guesstimate too much, but
you mean tinfoil hat it?
Yes, dude, I was rocking the tinfoil hat today on the G2G stream. It was fucking.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah,
you even had the sticker on there.
I did. I had the Pokemon Professor Network sticker right in the front of it. It was great. It was a branded tinfoil hat. Got to sell those in the shop. PokemonProfessor.com/merch. All right, let's take a little break really quick, Adam. When we come back, we'll go through some miscellaneous news, and we got some listener emails, and we got some voicemails.
Let's just do a brisk walk. No, let's not let's not run through it. Let's just briskly walk through it.
I'm gonna power walk.
Maybe jog.
I'm gonna power walk.
Maybe jog.
All right, we'll jog. We'll be back right after this.
We're back
from our break. Thank you so much for that. We appreciate you all very, very much. All right, little housekeeping to get through before the ass of the show. Just remember, this podcast is powered by Patreon. Please check ours out over at patreon.com/PokemonProfessor, where you can support this show for as little as $1 a month. And that $1 will get you access to our patron-exclusive Discord, which is a fantastic place filled with fantastic people. And I want to give a huge shout-out to our show supporter tier patrons: Ace Trainers, Alex, Andrew, Brian, Brittany, Chad, Damn Gears Be Bangin', G-Stacks87, Go Ranger Matt, Griggle788, Harry, James, Jason, J Mackle, Jolt Switch, Lynchbot, Matt, Matthew, Monica, M. Pitts, Paul, Pokenabot, Purple Pancake, Sam, Smeatwad, The Noise, Lousy Jedi, Woodboost Wolf, Shiny Carol, Miles, SKT, and Chris. Thank you guys so incredibly.
Did that list get it longer?
I don't know, man. Patreon's a weird thing, man. It ebbs and flows. It's always, sometimes it gets bigger, sometimes it gets smaller, sometimes it changes. It is what it is. It's all good. Patreon's an interesting thing. Also, huge shout out to our gym leader, Jamal, and our executive producer, Paul Bott.
Thank you.
And if Patreon isn't your thing, there's still a couple other ways you could help us out. If you're listening on YouTube, you can subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and if you're listening via a podcast service like Apple Podcasts, you can take a moment to leave us a review. Oh, and we're getting really close to 1,000 subs on YouTube, so if you haven't subbed to us yet on YouTube, please take a moment to do that. It would really mean a lot. You know, once you hit 1,000 subs, you can kind of do some different things. You unlock some different capabilities with your channel, so please help us get there.
I realized that, I've had my own personal account forever, which I don't have any videos of myself or anything, but I just subscribed to the channel. I was like, what?
I'm walking the other day, and I get a notification, Adam Tuttle has subscribed to your channel. I'm like, wow, dude, thanks. Thanks for the sub, dude. Appreciate you.
It only took several years.
All right, a little bit of miscellaneous news to run through. Niantic has released a print at home arts and crafts kit to help get you in the spirit of Pokemon Go. I love this shit. It is a bunch of crafts, and they're very difficult. There's like a paper craft Pokeball. Hoo boy. It's hard. You better be like an expert fucking origami maker in order to create a sort of round ball out of a flat piece of paper. No, but it's very difficult. So just be ready for that. There's also some like life-size cutout stuff you could put together of the team leaders to make your own like photo op stuff if you print out every single page and then glue it together. Just really cool shit, really fun. Get into the spirit, get your community involved. This would be great for kids. I think it's really, really cool. All right, let's take a moment to check in with Professor Willow.
I'm Wolfie with Gaming Together Media, and this is Willow's Almanac.
All right, quick calendar run through. This Friday, July 17th, Gofest Weekly Challenge Friendship, and also the summer themed event. Sunday the 19th, Gastly Community Day. Tuesday the 21st, Oddish Spotlight Hour and 2x Catch Stardust. Wednesday the 22nd, Kyurem Raid Hour. And Saturday and Sunday, the 25th and 26th, Gofest. Whoop, whoop. All right, Adam, we have some emails. We have an email, and why don't you read what Jason wrote here? He didn't write too much, and then I'll talk about the article that he shared.
All right. It says, I also thought you might like to see this news link from Victoria, Australia, where a bunch of fines were handed out in his area to Pokemon Go players.
So this is great. Not really, but it's great. So there's like an article that shows like an interview with like I guess the police or some kind of authoritative figure from that area where people were not practicing like staying at home quarantine, and it's like the reasons they gave were like people were making like midnight runs to KFC to buy food, and they're out playing Pokemon Go, and it was something like 350 fines to Pokemon Go players, or like people that should not be out on the road but they're out like playing, which I thought was pretty funny because you gotta catch them all, bro. You gotta catch them all. But Jason, I love you when you share shit like this. Thank you so much for writing in. The article is pretty funny because one of the tweets in the article between like, the news sector was like, it's 2020. People are still playing Pokemon Go. Like people just don't fucking get it. Like they just, it's funny. It's good shit. All right. And we got some voicemails here, and they're a little long, so I will edit them down. But the first one is from Sir Amanda. Amanda, thank you so much for calling in, because she's drunk, and it's fucking hilarious. Here we go.
Hey, it's Sir Amanda. Maybe know this by now, but once I start talking, I don't shut up. Does anybody else actually call in with drunk voicemails, or is it just me and Terry Wolf? Or do I just not remember? Anyway, I left work later than normal, a lot later than normal, and I found out that I apparently forgot to TM my shiny Shadow Scyther that has decent PvP IVs. And, I mean, I know there'll be another opportunity in the future, but it kind of sucks.
Oh, Amanda, you forgot the TM. I'm so sorry.
Well, to be fair, I didn't actually remember that it was the time because I thought it was 2.
Yeah, you
Dude,
you blew it big time, dude.
I blew it so hard. Giggity. It was awful. It was awful. Because we were supposed to record with Mystic 7 for the Creator Series on Sunday at 2 p.m. And then you had texted me and said, "Oh no, like because of the takeover, he's not going to be available at that time." So I was like, "Oh man." And then I was like, "Oh, it's 2:00. Now that we're not recording, let me open the game." And I can't TM away
The event was over at 2:00.
So my frustration level was just as high.
Oh, so Adam missed it too, but she goes on to like explain a couple other different things about what she has going on, and it was really fucking hilarious. And Amanda, I love when you fucking call in because it's great. She talks about like subscribing to the calendar, and she had the calendar, and it's all purple for her because when you share the calendar with someone, it's not colored in. Like I have mine all color coded and shit, but when you share the calendar, it's all purple. You have to go in and manually change the colors, which is a pain in the ass. But we still have our calendar, so if you guys want alerts and things like that, so you can not be like, yeah, Adam, it's in the fucking calendar, so you didn't have I guess you didn't get the alert for it, but
no.
Check out the link in the description. You can download our Google Calendar, which is a pain in the ass to get working, but if you get it working, all the shit is up there. So, but Amanda, thank you so much. She starts talking about like different drinks that she likes, Long Island iced tea and all this shit. It's great because it just goes on and on and on. It's fucking rambling drunk voicemail, fantastic. Thank you, Amanda. This one is from Maddie G.
Ken, Adam, how you doing? This is Maddie G 38, and I was calling in about this whole Entei versus Suicune fiasco. And the reason I have to leave a voicemail is I can't possibly spell Suicune properly in email. So, to save you all from having to read that, that's where this voicemail is. So, Niantic put out the post July 10th, 8 a.m. Shadow Suicune will be available. Guess what? Somehow it wasn't available until the 11th. But, being a completionist, being somebody who has to go get that stuff done right away because, you see that little task and you got to go finish it. No. If you did it on the 10th, you actually encountered Entei. It was also a pain in the ass trying to build a team to fight a water team when you got a fire Pokemon at the end. But hey, what are you going to do? Anyway, I am looking for any kind of conversations you might be able to have on the podcast about it, about what Niantic may or may not do with what's going on and how many other people experienced it. I saw a ton on social about people either not being able to experience it or, similar to me, doing it too early. And now Niantic's response is basically, yep, sorry about your luck. There's no really chance for you to get Shadow Suicune, which, again, super sucks as a completionist because now I'm going to have that hole in my Shadow Dex. Crazy. Anyway, keep up the good work, guys. Thanks.
Thank you so much for calling in.
So this is weird. So I haven't heard too much about this. So if you've experienced this, please let us know. But Niantic Support puts out a tweet saying, like, on July 10th, saying, like, hey, if you defeat Giovanni by July 10th, it's going to be Entei. But after this certain time on July 10th, it will be Suicune, and then Suicune will be available through the end of the month. But what ended up happening was, I guess people were battling Giovanni when it should have been Suicune, and they were getting Entei. So if they already had Entei, I don't know if he has a second Entei now, but from what I understood, he's now saying like he can't get Suicune, so he's going to have that hole in his decks for the Shadow Suicune.
Oh my goodness, jeez.
So I don't know.
That is a pain in the butt.
I don't know if he goes through the leaders again and will he get another Super Rocket Radar to do Giovanni again and get the Suicune? I don't know. So Matty G, thanks for writing in, man. But let us know. Follow up on that because are are you really fucked here? Like, I got to go on Reddit. I haven't seen too much about this, but if that's the case, and from the 11th on, when it should have been Suicune and people were still getting Entei, one, does that mean that you have 2 Enteis? And 2, is there really no way to then get the Shadow Suicune? Like, that would fucking suck. That would suck big time. So, oof. Let us know if anyone else experienced that, or, Maddie, follow back up with us. Let us know if you were in fact unable to get that Suicune. The completionist in me would be fucking losing it as well, because that would just kill me, especially if it's like because something in the game was broken. I'd be fucking bitterness. Yeah. But Adam, I think that's a show.
That is a wonderful show that was just had.
Next week is GoFest, man. Next week is GoFest week.
Next week.
I'm so excited.
GoFest.
I'm so excited. It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Like, I just want to record. I record on Wednesday, but then I also want to record on Saturday, like after the first day. And then I want to record on Sunday after the second day.
Yeah, I don't think we record enough, Adam. So maybe we should record more. Oh, so by the way, we did record this past week with Mystic 7. So that episode will be out in a couple days. Our Pope Dave creator series came out last week. Please check that out on the Lured Up feed. We're recording with G2G.media on Saturday. And then next week on Friday before GoFest, we're recording with Tom Cruise. Holy shit. There's a lot going on with the show. Thank you, everyone, for supporting us. It's been a wild ride, and we're pushing hard, and you guys make it all worth it. So thank you so much for all your support. It's been phenomenal. But Adam, that's a show. Anyone, you could email us info@luredup.com. You could leave us a voicemail, drunk if you'd like, 732-835-8639. I'll also take texts and pictures and all that good stuff, video. Check out luredup.com for everything that's going on with the show. Pokemon Professor, that's going on. For everything that's going on with the network. Connect with us on social media. Check out our merch store. Adam, is that it? Is that it, B?
Yeah, just have a good morning, afternoon, night, whenever you're listening to this, because we want you to be safe and healthy and happy and the best trainer that you can possibly be.
Keep training trainers. We'll see you next week.